Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are going to be doing the gearbox oil on a Ford Transit Connect 2011. Now the oil that's inside the gearbox, there's actually no way of telling how much or how little you've got in it with a dipstick or anything, because they don't actually put dipsticks on the gearbox. Obviously there's a lot of moving parts inside the gearbox, so it's all sealed up. So you basically have two plugs, which are a H8 hex key or an Allen key, if you want to call one of them. It's like an 8mm, I think. So there's one at the back of the engine, there's one at the front. So what we're going to do is show you now where they are, remove them and drain the oil off and refill the gearbox. So before you start, you might need one of these. This is an oil pan drainer. So you just place this under the engine bit, or in this case the gearbox. When you release the drain plug, which is at the back of the engine here, which is where the gearbox is, it's right behind the gearbox mounting bracket. And once you release the plug, the oil will just fall into the drain pan there. So be using a ratchet to take this off. You can just use an Allen key on its own. Now this is a H8 spanner bit. It just slots into place there, as you can see. You have to make sure I have it going in the right direction. I haven't got it in the right direction there, so I need to push it away from me. Might need to put the camera down in a minute so I can sort it and get it cracked off. There we go, I've cracked it off. And once you've got it started and moving, you'll probably find it easier to put your fingers in and just start releasing it that way. You can quite easily turn it with just your fingers. There's not a lot of room in that little space there for any kind of ratchet really, but that one just about fits, so we used it. Once it's unscrewed, you need to get ready with the oil pan as well. You need to get it in the right place, because it will just start gushing out. Nearly there we go. So this is the old gearbox oil coming out now. What we did was replace the engine in this Transit Connect, because my old one, the timing belt snapped and everything went wrong. So when I removed the drive shafts, quite a bit of oil came out, and obviously we need to replace it anyway. It's done 140,000 miles as this gearbox. So there you can see the filling plug there. So that's the one that you need to remove on the side of the engine, which is situated at the front. It's just to the right of the starter motor. So again, that's a H8 Allen key. Now I've threaded a bit of hose pipe down, so what I'm going to be using, I'll be filling it from the top. So this just saves removing all the battery and everything, and it just makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to remove this one now. I've got the oil pan underneath just in case any oil comes out now. It's ready to catch. I don't think they will be because I've emptied it, but you might get a little bit. So again, using the fingers just to remove it. They come off quite easily once you've cracked it off with your spanner. It's fine. Now this hose pipe that I'm going to be using fits in the hole quite nice, so I'm just going to slide it in now. There you go. It should actually seal it as well a little bit, so there shouldn't be any fluid comes out of that, but it's best to check it once you start filling it back up. So there we go to the top of the engine bay, and I'm using a silicone funnel here. You can use any kind of funnel. A funnel will fit into a hose pipe quite easily. I've used a tie wrap there to hold it on. And I have a 4 litre Max 5 gearbox oil. This is for like performance engines, but it's the right consistency for the gearbox, so it should work fine. You have to pour it in bit by bit and let it run down the funnel. And of course you need to keep checking the level inside the gearbox. Once it starts to spill out of the hole, you know it's full. you can put your little pinky finger in just to test it, to see how much is in it or how much you need to put in it. So you just keep topping it up. Like I say, you just got to keep your eye on it, because there is no dipstick with these. So there we go, just get a bit more in there. It should be fine in a minute. There you can see that the oil just spilling out a little bit there. That's because it's full. If I put my pinky finger in there, you can actually feel the oil a little bit as well. So I've replaced the plug now. I'm just going to tighten it up with my fingers to get it all in. They go in quite easy and they come out quite easy with your fingers. You just need to crack them off with your spanner and you'll be fine. Just give that a nip up with the ratchet now and it should be fine. It's good to go. Get it nice and tight.